It's official. Roe v. Wade has officially been overturned. Now, of course, this doesn't mean that you can't have an abortion or abortion is outlawed in every state in the United States. This just allows states to outlaw abortion if they want to. On a 5-4 vote on Friday, the Supreme Court has overturned Roe v. Wade. And the sad part is, nobody had any say in this. Like, none of the citizens in the United States had any say in this. Now, here's the thing. I've seen this coming like a mile away, because in the past, every Democratic presidents that we voted in ever since Roe v. Wade was passed have not been able to codify that into the Constitution. Obama, when he was elected in 2008, had a chance to do this. He had a supermajority in the House and in the Senate. But again, it seems like this is the case that we literally get no say in whatever bill can pass and whatever bill can't pass. Like in a country where there's not as much social safety nets to be able to raise a child and force a woman to go through the arduous task of childbirth for 9 months, and they've just allowed this to happen no matter how much of a problem or how much opposition they face by the people of the United States. Fortunately for me, I live in a state where a woman has the right to get an abortion if they want. But for people in the red state, there's a high likely chance that abortion is going to be outlawed in your state. And if you're a man, you should be pretty upset about this as well, because say one day you decide to get intimate with a woman that you like and you're not ready to have a baby, but it turns out that she's pregnant. Should your life along with her life be ruined because of a mistake you made? Sure, your life may not be worse than hers, but you're also going to have to take responsibilities as well. But the gist is, this is going to negatively affect you in some way or another. Especially if you're going to school, this may be an even worse situation for you. In fact, you may even have to drop out. But the thing is, this is also going to get worse. Let me explain. Supreme Court Justice Thomas Clarence has suggested that in the future cases, we should reconsider all court substantial due process precedents, including Griswold, Lawrence, and Obergefell, because any substantial due process decision is demonstrably erroneous. We have a duty to correct the error established in those precedents. And if you're wondering what each of these cases are, Griswold v. Connecticut allows married couple to get birth control without government restrictions. Lawrence v. Texas invalidates sodomy laws across the United States, making same-sex sexual activities legal in every state. Obergefell v. Hodges allows same-sex couples to get married. So really, every social progress that we've made are being taken away slowly and surely. Not only are they suggesting that we should remove gay marriage, but they're also suggesting that it should be criminalized for anyone to be gay. Because when these cases go away, they're not giving the right to the people, they're in fact giving right to the state. These decisions are obviously unpopular amongst the majority of Americans. This court has obviously shown that they don't care about the opinions of the majority. They don't care if their ideals are unpopular or not. There's already a fair amount of states that have banned abortions as the time of me making this video, and even if you planned an abortion or scheduled an abortion in the future, you're most likely not going to get it. A lot of us can predict that there's going to be a lot of protest in front of DC, just like there was a lot of protest after the 2020 election results came out and Donald Trump lost. But you want to know the difference between that loss and this one? This time, the police are actually involved in trying to stop these protesters from breaking in. Like, I wonder where these riot shield police officers were when there was a bunch of Republicans that were mad that Donald Trump lost and they decided to storm inside of Washington buildings. The fact that these cops are more interested in stopping these protesters and not the protesters that were spreading the ideals of fascism is just disgusting. You know, it just definitely shows that they're not on the side of you. They're not on the side of people that want to fight for your rights. The Supreme Court has shown that they are nothing but a rogue organization. And same with the Republican Party. They've shown that they don't care about any of the democratic process. They've shown that they will be willing to fight for things that majority of Americans don't support, like Steven Crowder, the obvious racist, which he said, I'm pro-choice, 4 choices specifically: abstinence, contraception, motherhood, adoption. I just can't support 5th, murder. Let's go through each of these choices right here. Abstinence, which means not having sex. Yes, that's right. In Steven Crowder's delusional world, you don't have any right to perform any form of intimacy before marriage, or until you're stable enough to have a child. The second one, contraception, where you could buy birth control pills without the restrictions of the government. Well, sadly, that might be gone because Griswold v. Connecticut is now up for debate. The third option, motherhood. So what if someone isn't ready to be a mother? Should they still be burdened with taking care of the child? The fourth is adoption. Like, yes, let's not only make the woman be forced to carry a pregnancy, but they should also put the child in a much worse situation than death if they can't take care of the child. There are more than 440,000 children in the foster care system, with more than 120 of them being ready to be adopted and still waiting. Don't act like these children are wanted, because they're not. And the situations in these orphanages are terrible. They're like a prison for kids. And Steven Crowder himself, I know, is not willing to raise his taxes to make sure that these orphanages become a better safe haven for children without parents. But you know, it's better than the fifth option, which is murder. Like, you know what I think? I think Steven Crowder is a dishonest prick who doesn't deserve to have a voice in politics. Hell, I made a video about proving why Steven Crowder is a racist. This guy has a lot of controversies over his name. Like, I had to debunk each of his tweets to be able to show you how ridiculous his claims are. The right does not support any important freedom. In my opinion, it's not even close to what the left supports. If you are a woman who does not want to go through the burdens of childbirth and you want to have an abortion, the left supports you and the right does not. The right believes that you should keep that baby. Lauren Boebert, yeah, we're going back to her, said that it took MAGA to end Roe versus Wade. The old established way of let's never offend anyone could never have done it. Boldness and truth produces the greatest victories. This isn't even what the American people asked for. Once again, 60% of Americans in this country support the right for a woman to have an abortion. Like, nobody in this country had any say in the overturn of Roe versus Wade. Also, fun fact about Lauren Boebert. There's been reports that she's actually had 2 abortions. I personally don't have a problem with her having an abortion, or hell, even being a sex worker. But the utter hypocrisy is what I have a problem with. Like, she's apparently able to do whatever she wants with her body, but no one else has any say in this. Like, Lauren, you have no right to tell people why abortions are wrong. If a woman chooses to have an abortion, they should have the right to have an abortion. You shouldn't have a single say in the matter. So, obviously, the Republicans are going to take away our social progress one by one. But they're not the only one to blame for this, okay? The Democrats, yeah, I'm looking at you too. Okay, you guys had a chance to codify Roe v. Wade and many of these other court cases that fought for every social rights that we needed into the Constitution, but you never did that. But then again, this is probably what the Democrats wanted, because now they get to talk about social issues. They don't have to worry about economic issues, because as always, those economic issues are just way too complicated for them to fix. Also, they, just like the Republicans, don't want to embarrass their private donors, now do they? At the end of the day, this is just the beginning. A lot of social progress that we've made are about to be taken away. A Supreme Court Justice member has confirmed this. A lot of Supreme Court members are going to say that this is a will of God. They're just doing it because God would have wanted him to. God doesn't exist, okay? There's no proof of his existence. But if this is the God you support, the one that decides to take away others' freedom, then that God is a prick. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Be sure to rate, comment, and subscribe. And I've actually had a new supporter recently. I'm going on vacation for a month, so I'm not going to be able to upload videos as much. But I'll definitely try my best to upload some videos from time to time.